segments could change. These
I'm
segments
sorry,
could
Janine, I
change.
forgot to record earlier. I apologize.
No problem. To meet the specific needs of the community. So that's one thing that we're reviewing as we are planning our strategy and moving forward. So we believe that if we achieve our goals, we'll accomplish our company's mantra of being a citizen wherever we serve, and that will happen organically. Okay. Here you see some of the diverse community challenges. We did a community listening tour where we interviewed 60 community partners to find out what kind of challenges they were facing, especially during COVID and post-COVID, the kind of challenges they were facing in their communities. And here you see just some of the things that we learned by doing the listening tour. And these particular challenges are in no particular order, but I just wanted you to see what we did learn, because this is how we develop our programming. We listen to our community partners and we try to develop programming around whatever their needs may be. And we also try to find ways to develop whatever tools or bring together whatever resources they need to address some of these needs in their communities. So our community engagement strategy, we have a 5-point strategy, which you will see on the left. And then on the graphic on the right, you'll see some of the tactical approaches that we've taken to execute our strategy. As part of our efforts to convene, number one, empower and convene. As part of our efforts to convene, we have hosted various forums such as civic, religious, and women leaders in partnership with Georgia Power's region leaders, internal partners, and community partners to educate on whatever issues are important to them and their stakeholders. Therefore, these forums are designed to target for a targeted audience and with intentional messaging, which covers point number 2, to making sure we have targeted audiences and intentional messaging whenever we deliver any kind of forums. And number 3, we're intentional in our engagement. We stay connected with our diverse community partners to share relevant information across the region and the state. And we also try to serve as thought leaders in helping community stakeholders arrive at creative solutions. And to do that, we use platforms such as minority chamber chats and community think tanks. But we're always open to whatever ideas our community partners have, and we'll partner with them to make, whatever platform they want to see happen. We have also sponsored and participated in various multicultural festivals and events that help empower these diverse communities. And later this year, we'll be seeking opportunities to partner with our communities in developing and hosting many leadership academies. And these leadership academies are really for emerging minority leaders that need leadership training. So we have that coming down the line. And if you are interested in that, please let me know. So digital communication is number 4. We learned through the pandemic that digital communication can be effective. So we have increased our activity on social media and also created additional touch points such as newsletters and community updates that we share regularly with our community partners. Lastly, social justice advocacy. Georgia Power has invested $87 million over 5 years to advance racial equity and social justice as an investment in disadvantaged communities. These dollars are allocated to support social justice goals in the areas of education equity, criminal justice, economic development, and energy justice. In addition, we have also provided 250 employee mentors that are made available to organizations across the state. The work of our community engagement team does pretty much align with these goals, but I just want to share that although they align with these goals, I don't have a social justice budget that comes through me for approval, but Robert and I can make recommendations on your behalf. So if you ever have, or you feel like you have a proposal or initiative that meets our social justice initiatives, please feel free to reach out to us to discuss further. So, and that's all I have. And I'm open to any questions that you may have.
Well, thank you, Janine. Any questions for Janine? All right, as we go on, some folks might think about some things. Miss Connie, did you want to go next?
Absolutely, and thank you so much for your patience with those technical issues. Let me share my screen here. Are you all able to see my screen? Yes, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can. See it.
Good deal. Okay, I'll start off with a quick video.
At Georgia Power, we know the importance of energy in our daily lives.
And we truly care about our customers and our communities.
That's why the Energy Assistance Team was established
In 2017, and partners with hundreds of community and faith-based organizations,
nonprofits and government-funded programs and services to give our customers hope and, in some cases, help them get a new start. We have become a trusted voice in the community by developing relationships with organizations such as the Salvation Army, Georgia Community Action Associations, St. Vincent de Paul, the Georgia Department of Human Services and Division of Family and Children's Services, United Way, and many others to create a safety net for our customers. In the first 2 years alone, we engaged with over 90,000 customers at more than 500 community events across the state.
our mission is to continue to meet the changing needs of our customers and community partners by educating, assisting, and maintaining a presence in the community with the purpose of debt prevention. We collaborate with advocates for 3 key customer partners: elderly customers, customers experiencing a one-time or ongoing special need, and customers in lower income brackets. We're committed to serving those most in need.
We have passionate, dedicated, and empathetic team members who are committed to provide statewide coverage and support for our community and customer partners alike.
Our mission drives us to work with our allies to ensure customers fully understand and benefit from the rates, products, programs, and services available. We also provide customers with wraparound services by matching them with organizations who assist with financial, medication, rent, mortgage, weatherization, food, clothing, and other needs.
The Energy Assistance Portal allows these partners to have access to customer information and the ability to provide financial assistance to Georgia Power's most vulnerable customers.
Our efforts are impactful, but we simply couldn't do it without you.
Without you,
Without you,
our partners,
our partners.
both internal and external.
We are so grateful and look forward to collaborating in the future.
Okay, so that just shares a little bit about our team and what we do, and then I'll go through some slides to be a little bit more detailed.
Hey,
So,
Connie. Connie, this is Robert. Some of these folks may have noticed that Danny Johnson guy, he was our customer service manager down here for many years.
oh, okay, so familiar face then.
Mhm.
Yeah, Danny has been leading the pack for a long time. Speaking of Danny, he is our EA manager. He actually stood up the Energy Assistance Team back in 2017. He and 2 other team members. From right to left, we have our EA supervisors, Socorro Rodriguez. Tabitha is our analyst. Carmelita Merriweather is our outreach coordinator. She handles the metro area. So we blanket the entire state as well. but our regions are broken down by 5 different regions. I'm responsible for the Southwest region, and I am the program coordinator, so Columbus is my area. Hafiz Greer, he handles Northwest region. Madeline Bohannon is Southeast, and Cassie Killingsworth is Northeast, sorry. We have a team lead, and we also have a support team. Brandy Cousins is our team lead. Carrie Smith is part of the support team. So is Brittany Riggins, Tina Oliver, and Kimberly Ellis. And what we do at Energy Assistance, we actually, we partner with organizations such as yours and many of the others that are on the call today to match customers with available funding. So if your organization provides assistance as far as utility, then we would partner with you to make sure that the customers we refer over to you, they meet your criteria or your eligibility requirements, and try to help them keep the service on. And of course, by keeping the service on, we're keeping kids in their schools and we're keeping families safe. We've also done this by extending our reach into the communities by adding a care team, that's an additional 11 people that have been brought onto our team to actually initiate outbound calls and call campaigns to reach out to customers to apprise them of available funding in their respective areas. Our mission, of course, is to continue to meet the changing needs of our customers and community partners by educating, assisting, and maintaining a presence in the community with the purpose of debt prevention. So even though most of you are aware the local office is closed a few years back, and Energy Assistance was kind of put in place to fill that void and make sure that we're still prevalent in the communities. So by us being an extension of an external role with Georgia Power, we are still in those communities, still being the forefront of energy assistance when it comes to customers and their customer needs. And let's talk about a little bit how we can partner with our community leaders and organizations. So lots and lots of funding came in to our state, over $2 billion, and that may have even gone up a little bit since this lot was created, but that came into our state by way of a response to COVID. So with all of the money that comes into the state on behalf of customers, we thought we would be proactive and say, let's go ahead and get a system in place on how we can help those customers connect with that funding. So we're kind of a conduit for those customers to channel through to get the funding. A lot of times people will say or ask us questions and say, does Energy Assistance have funds? So no, we don't actually have money, but we seek out organizations who do and try to partner with them to help customers who are in need. I'm excited to share that right now we're working on an arrears-driven campaign, and this just shows the cycle of the campaign. So what we do, we have data, of course, that we can look at, and we can identify customers who are in arrears by way of 30 days all the way up to 120 days. We can even drill down to concentrated areas such as zip codes that may have a population that is considered income qualified that we can connect to. So that's step one. Now, step two, then we want to make sure that there's funding available in the area. Well, we all know that DCA, Department of Community Affairs, received a little shy of $1 billion to help Georgia families. So that's that's low-hanging fruit, so to speak, when we try to connect customers with funding, because we know that that organization is well equipped to help customers. And we want to, number three, create an outreach strategy. Customers have whether they want to be called or emailed, or sometimes we even go by and leave a door hanger on the door to apprise them of information. So we reach out to those customers and we give them the information that they need to apply for the assistance. So we don't help them apply as far as going into a portal or logging on, but we do say, this is what you'll need, this is what you need to have ready. So we get them prepared to have that next step, which is submitting an application. Then we're partnering and working with our community partners to process any type of request, and also to utilize our energy assistance portal. Are any of you on the call from are partners of ours already or familiar with our energy assistance portal? Okay, and I apologize, I don't see faces right now, but
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know we do. And any of our other partners, you know what? Let's, if you will, put it in the chat, if you participate in the Georgia Power portal, and use that to help your clients and your potential clients. That would be great. And Connie, when you get through, I think everybody's going to have lots and lots of questions, so get ready.
Good, good. And then, of course, and that's kind of a perfect segue into number 5, because we utilize the portal, or we offer that for the our community partners to make the payments and pledges in the portal in real time. And let's talk about the portal real quick. This is a video less than 2 minutes long to talk about the portal. It may only be a minute.
Do you provide financial assistance to members of the community? If so, Georgia Power has a tool to make this process simple. Energy Assistance Portal is a tool that is free to use for agencies, churches, public and private charitable organizations, and other nonprofits to utilize while assisting Georgia Power customers with their energy costs. Use the Energy Assistance Portal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to easily view customer information, make payments or pledges that will post in real time at no cost to you. Have peace of mind without having to call, fax, or mail. To access the Energy Assistance Portal, visit energyassistance.southerncompany.com. For more information, please email us at gpcenergyassistance@southernco.com.
So again, our portal is a free, easy to use tool that helps making pledges and payments more convenient for you. We see the pledges and payments on the customer's account in real time. It also is advantageous in the fact that it will pull the customer out of collections. And also, if the pledge is sufficient, it would actually restore the customer service. Just showing you how to log on. Of course, if you're already using the portal, you're aware of this, but if you just need the customer's 10-digit account number and then the first letter of the last name. And also in the gray area, we've listed some resources. If you need some how-tos, you can find that. And if you also need to contact us, you can click support to reach out.
It looks like in the chat, there's 4 organizations right now that are using it. And I know St. Anne's here in Columbus does. Salvation Army, I don't see them, but they use the portal as well as Chattahoochee Valley Episcopal Ministry. So I can think of 6 off the top of the head.
Yes, my people, thank you. And this just serves to me. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, I got some feedback. And this just shares.
Whoever you are on the iPhone.
Right. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to mute it.
Oh, okay. And this just shares some benefits of the portal, how to the new features that are on there. Of course, you can see the 12 months billing history. You can view the current and total and past due balances, and you can print a confirmation as well. Again, 24/7 access, and you can make payments and pledges for critical account, and it eliminates the need to call, fax, or mail. It also, and those of you who are not, I do encourage you, and I'll leave some information where you could actually sign up to utilize the portal. Or if you wish, I could actually come to your organization and do a more in-depth portal overview and get you all trained up and ready to go on it. And that is my presentation. Again, thank you for your continued partnership and your commitment to being a partner with us at Georgia Power, and also to the people in your community who you make a difference for every day. At this time, we'll kind of open the floor up for those questions and any feedback you have for me.
That would be great, guys. If you want to unshare your screen there, Connie, so we could see if folks are raising their hand or whatever.
Absolutely.
So everybody doesn't start talking at one time, that'd be great.
Okay.
Any comments, questions, concerns, discussion? Come on. Nothing?
And Pat, I would say, I think a couple of years ago, we worked with your organization. It was sort of like a campaign back then when you all were making some payments on some customers' accounts and helping some prepaid customers and things like that.
Right, absolutely, yeah. And in fact, when you were talking, I was thinking about how we as in our community partners, our 211 information and referral, and Georgia Power could all come together and come up with, if you guys have folks that are behind, they're very likely going to be our clients if their power doesn't get paid.
That's it.
So they could be in imminent risk because if they don't have utilities, they're going to lose their lease, which means they're going to be homeless.
Right.
So how do we structure that process so that we make sure that folks don't fall into that? Number one. Number two, you mentioned DCA and cannot believe that this is the one meeting that she's not here. Cheryl Kolb is the local Georgia Rental Assistance rep for DCA. And I know she would be more than interested in working with you and Janine and putting together some programs, talking about how folks can get utility assistance, but also I'm looking at you, Michelle, because you're not in Columbus. The young lady who's in Columbus, let me find her on the screen, Lakeisha. The DCA grant is for those who were affected by COVID. So all 3 or 4 organizations coming together to meet those needs and give those wraparound services. So however we can help to facilitate that, we would like to do that.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's music to my ear. That sounds like a campaign that we can actually start for customers in that area, even if, and again, like I said earlier, if we want to drill down to a community or a zip code.
And Janine, I'm looking at you thinking that goes into your wheelhouse of focusing on some of those particular populations of need. So that kind of layering, I think, of services, and Virginia's typing. They've been New Horizons Pathbrook has been utilizing the Energy Assistant Program for years, and we do services for folks with mental health. So it's a mental health population. Again, those most vulnerable in our community. So again, no one of us stands alone, and there's no one issue affecting a person. It's layer upon layer. Well, we all know that nothing happens at one time.
There you go.
So let's circle back around and see how we can all assist each other. And guys, if anybody here has any ideas on how we can make sure that we target the folks greatest in need, you know, we all know that we have those who could probably take care of it in a week or 2 on their own, but then we have those who they are just not going to be able to get out of that hole without someone helping them out. So let's see how we can. Michelle, I think you were applauding. Yeah, we need to focus on those most vulnerable. But go ahead, Michelle, please.
I was applauding, and I had my hand up also. I couldn't figure out which one it was, but yes, this is a really good resource. What I wanted to ask is, I know this is probably a silly question. Is it income based? Do you target the senior citizens as well? Because a lot of senior citizens do need this type of information in the areas that I target and I supply my resources for. And so I'm sure it's income based. Is there what is the protocol when it comes to that?
Connie or Janine?
Right. So as far as the programs go, it's based on whatever the source of the funding is. So for DCA, I'm looking at their guidelines, as well as like for LAHEAP, we do a lot of calls for LAHEAP when those seasons are active as well. So it's generally their, you know, whatever that source of that organization has set up for their guidelines. Even with Project Share and Salvation Army, they have guidelines as well, so.
And I'm glad you said that, Connie, and I didn't want to speak over. Yes, it does depend on what the funding source is for that. There are some that are income-based and there are some that are just need-based. So the key is making sure that we get, ask the right questions to develop the proper referral at the beginning of the process, so that the client gets to the place they need to get to as quickly as possible.
And Michelle, from the community engagement team point of view, we support the seniors in the local communities with programming and resources and funding for, you know, different type initiatives that may come up. So it's on an as needed basis. And, you know, you just present whatever that need is at that time. And if we can help with funding or human capital or whatever we can do to help support the seniors in the area, we will do our very best.
Wonderful.
Thank
Any
you. Information.
Thank you, Michelle. Any other questions? Great discussion, and I know we need to move along, but I don't want to cut anyone short if they want. Ladies, Connie, Janine, if you will, can you put your contact information in the chat box? Because this chat will go out to all participants and to all in the community, so that everybody can have that information to share and to contact you. That's wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you all for your time today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We have a recording of it, yes. And if you will send us your slides, we're being asked here. So if you'll send us your slides as well, that'd be great. It is in our recording, but yes, that'd be great. We'll share your slides separately as well. All right, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen. We have a couple other things we need to get to today. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can get back there now. Hold on. Now I'm gonna have those difficulties. It's not allowing me to share the terminal. Nope. All right, well, I'm just gonna have to go through here. I know the next thing on the agenda was an update from our friend Kim Jenkins at Open Door, so there's no need to share the screen. Kim, if you want to go ahead and address the group, you got the floor.
Thank y'all for that presentation for Georgia Power. That was enlightening and encouraging. So thank you very much for that. I just wanted to share with everybody that Open Door, as you know, is in a community that is changing. We're located down on 2nd Avenue and we're in between 1st Avenue and 2nd Avenue. And if you've driven at all down 2nd Avenue recently, you know we're in a changing community. So one of the things that we've noticed that we've been paying really close attention to over the past year are the numbers that we're seeing in some of our ministries, and particularly related to the showering program ministry. So for 21 years, we've been doing a showering ministry for persons who are unsheltered and living in our neighborhood. And even according to Pat, pre-pandemic, about 95%, ballpark figure, about 95% of the unsheltered persons in our community were in this neighborhood. Post-pandemic, that looks a little different. And so with the changes in our neighborhood and post-pandemic, the program has actually diminished from serving 35 to 40 people a day to now an average of 4 people a day. And so we've taken a hard look at that and the cost that it takes to run the program. Anytime you make a decision that impacts any sort of a program or ministry, it's something that is hard to do because the people, the lives that are being impacted. But that being said, we've spent some time looking at alternatives. We've looked at a mobile shower program to see if we could take the program to people. One of the things we've learned from our partners, some of you we've even talked to about this, is that people are a little more spread out perhaps than they used to be. There don't seem to be the same large pockets of unsheltered persons that we used to find. So the board has made the decision that after 21 years of ministry, we're going to be closing that program on June 30th. So we're sad to see it go, but we're also excited to see as a result of that what new ministry opportunities God has for us. in this neighborhood and with this community. And so we're going to spend a good deal of time honoring and celebrating the ministry and the lives that have been impacted during that time. And so we're just at a place where, you know, this neighborhood is changing, services are changing. The pandemic has certainly impacted a lot of that. And so we're shutting one door and then looking to see how many new doors we can open. And so a lot of that is because people are being housed, which is a great thing to celebrate. A lot of that is because people are finding alternative places to live, and that is also something to celebrate. So while we feel sad about the closing of the program, we're also excited to see what is coming next. And we know God has great things in store for us, for this community, for this neighborhood, and for that, we're excited. So thank you for letting me share that.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Kim. Does anybody have any questions? Kim, did you announce what date? I'm sorry, I may have missed it. June 30th. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions for Kim, comments, concerns before we move on? Okay. Well, thank you again, Kim, and thank you for all that you guys do to serve the community and all the years you guys have put in serving those unsheltered in our community. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. There was wanted to just discuss really quickly bus passes. Bus passes are being distributed. I'm sorry. I can't get to share anymore, Denise. It's not allowing me to share. Denise is telling me what to do over here and it's not working. It's not allowing me to go, wait a minute, maybe. See, she just had to speak it into existence. That's all it took. That's all it took was Denise to speak into an existence. Bus passes, if you will, if your clients need bus passes and they're experiencing homelessness, again, bus passes, reduced rate bus passes are only for those experiencing homelessness. They must go to Safe House, request a verification, and that will be handled so folks can get reduced rate ID, and bus passes can be used with those. Again, it's only for those who are experiencing homelessness. While I'm here, a point in time count, let me quickly show you this. Except, oh, not that one, not that at all. Nope, not that. No. Stop the share for a minute. There is in that folder.
Pat, real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you here while you're up. That we have actually added at Safe House Ministries a shower for our unsheltered clients. It's not an everyday or weekly thing. It's just kind of as needed, and it's gone really well so far. Clients are aware that they can use it, and we have, we just have towels wrapped up with toiletries ready to go for them, and just kind of here and there they'll come in to use the showers. So that's been a blessing for the client served.
That's awesome. It's amazing how, when the need arises, the community steps up and fills the gap and fills the need. And I get, hopefully you're taking that time, Ginger, and somebody's taking that time while that person is there to go ahead and get them enrolled in coordinated entry, so we can hopefully move them towards permanent housing and out of the need for that. But thank you for doing that. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to really quickly announce to you guys, I know last month we talked about our point in time count numbers. The more we dug and finalized the numbers and submitted them to HUD for our final submission for the year, we realized that we had some more duplicates than we thought we did. So instead of reporting 261 in our community as homeless on the night of February 22nd, 2022, we were actually able to report that there were only 243 individuals experiencing homelessness in our community. So we only had an increase of 4 individuals over last year, which was 2% increase versus the 10% increase that we thought we had. I'm not going to read the slide to you. Again, we included it in last week's newsletter. Just wanted to formally announce to everybody, way to go. We managed to keep the increase to a minimum, and we continue to be headed in the right direction as a community, and it's all due to the efforts of the folks like you. So let me get back to my PowerPoint here, and we will we'll wrap this thing up. I promise you I'll get you out here by 4 o'clock. I promise, I promise, I promise. Promise. Here we go. Yeah, couple other things. Let me share this. You'll let me. Here we go. We have some updates from the health department on COVID-19 and how to get tested and vaccines and all those other things. Talking talking about landlord engagement for those who are experiencing homelessness. How we as providers can engage our landlords better. Again, one of the reasons we're doing the survey, excuse me, West Georgia Health Equity Program. That was and really interesting for me. I invite everyone to read that, talking about the disparities in healthcare and healthcare access, vaccine and testing access across our state and community. Community survey, talking about our HMIS semi-annual meeting, our Vote Riders Clinic. If those of you don't know, Vote Riders helps our clients and people throughout the community access birth certificates, social security cards, and state IDs or driver's license at no cost to the client. Next month's housing navigation meeting, again, will be via Zoom and or in this office. And we're really trying to remind everyone, office is open. Please come, please join us. You know, I may have to make donuts or cupcakes or something for folks to come. You know what they say, feed them, they'll come. Your data quality reports are due by May the 13th. Reminder that free Uber rides are available if you have an appointment at the health department. The link is there. And the rent readiness survey that we talked about for the landlords is here as well. Anything else before we call it a day with 2 minutes to spare? Announcements? Anything? Yes, email you. That's, thank you, Denise. Email your your HUD data quality reports to Charles, and one for each program that your organization is running out of HMIS. Any other questions, concerns, announcements? Anybody got any special graduations or anything? And of course, I'm stacking the deck here because my son's graduating college in 11 days and I cannot wait. Yay. Anything else anybody has to say before we go? Again, thank you to our guests for joining us. We look forward to working with all of you some more, and let's figure out how we can help meet the needs of the most vulnerable in our community, you know, each and every day. Thank you, guys. Bye.